Hello everybody and welcome back to Good Morning Akron, and today I'm back here with a very familiar face. I'm sure you've seen her before if you've watched our channel. Sarah White, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Sam? I'm so glad to be with you guys today.
I am so excited to talk to you today. It's so nice to talk to a familiar face and, get a little caught up.
Yeah, I'm super excited to share with you guys what I've been up to and just, kind of check in with all of my Akron friends and fam over there.
Right. So you have been at Fox19 now for a couple of months. Could you tell us how it's been? How's the move and how are you adjusting?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can believe it, I've actually been here 5 months. So
Wow.
I moved back in the middle of August and have been here for 5 months now, and it's gone really well. Of course, any big move is really challenging as well. We were in some corporate housing for a month, and then we had to quickly get into a rental house. So we're in a rental house that, is okay. It'll make it through for the year, but then we'll be looking for some more permanent housing. So that's kind of the downside, is that things were really quick, and we had to get into a house really quickly. But in terms of my work, I'm loving it here at Fox 19. I am the lifestyle host here for people who have not followed my journey this far. And so what I get to do every morning, Monday through Friday, I get to go out and do 2 live shots out in the community. And this is usually businesses or local events that are happening, or community members, or just really anything that needs promoted. And I get to go do those live. And then I also get to go in the afternoons and pre-record various segments and things like that. So it's been a really fun time. It's what I love to do, and I love that I'm doing it full time now. So the extra and the natty is my main kind of thing that I'm doing. That's the little short segments, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, where we're out talking to people. I've loved talking with people from downtown Cincinnati. I've gotten to meet the 3 CDC people, which is like community development corporations, just like we have in Akron.
Right, right.
So I've gotten to talk with them about the ice rink and Winter House, which is this fun little structure downtown that they put up temporarily to help people stay warm in the winter, but it's a lot of fun. You go and you listen to music, and you can get coffee and fun stuff there.
Yeah.
I've gotten to talk to the leaders of the YMCA. My kids go to school at the School of Creative and Performing Arts, so I recently got to go there and chat with them. So just a lot of really great stuff.
Yeah, it seems like you are doing a lot of new and exciting things. I wanted to ask you, what is it like kind of now being at Cincinnati when you've lived in Akron basically your entire life? How are you adjusting to being in a new city and, getting to know a new community?
Yeah, so I have done a big move one other time. Back actually before I had kids, we moved to New Hampshire for 4 years, and I actually had my first daughter in New Hampshire. So I have done a big move, and it is a challenge to do a big move. I would say it takes a good year to kind of feel like you have everything under your feet. It has definitely helped me to go right into work. When we moved to New Hampshire, we moved for my husband's job. So I wasn't thrown into a work environment, and it did take me a little bit longer to adjust. So this one's been a little bit easier for me because I was thrown into a work environment, and I have that to look forward to every day. And I would say that, gosh, one of the hardest things, and this is so silly, about a big move like that is honestly finding all of the new things that you are going to go do, a new gym, a new doctor's office.
Right, like
all
the
of those
normal
things that
everyday
you don't
life.
think about, yeah, day to day. So that's definitely been a challenge. But again, like I said, the work environment is great. I love being here at Fox 19. I'm also given a lot of freedom once I get my work done to kind of create the things that I want to create, which, shout out to them, because, that's not always the case. And I really appreciate that I've been given some freedom to, I actually do my own show called The Bright Side. And I'm able to do 20 to 30-minute interviews with people around the community who have gone through something really hard and they've come out of that hard thing and have been able to see glimpses of hope in what they went through. And it's even taught them something. And so, that's been really important to me because I actually went through a really challenging time in the 6 months before I left Akron. And so it kind of came out of that challenge that I started the show, and I love it. I've gotten to do 8 episodes with people in the community, and it's just been amazing.
Yeah, I am so happy that you're, finally getting your footing and stuff, and they're giving you that extra room to be able to do whatever you want. That's so amazing. It's super rare, I feel like, to find that in positions in journalism. And I actually did see some of your stories, and you do reflect on some seriously deep topics and stuff. I wanted to go over some of your stories. Is there anything that you're willing to share, maybe a moment that stuck with you?
Oh my gosh. I've really had a lot of people that I've talked to that I've really kind of enjoyed digging into. In terms of like the shorter stories, I actually got to do the celebration of lights this year, which is where I got to go to people's houses that put up amazing light displays. And the very last one that I did was a family that started a foundation called Emily's Light Foundation. And their daughter had passed away, or their family member. There was more than just the mom and dad, but the family member had passed away from a brain cancer. And she loved lights. She loved Christmas lights. She just loved all kinds of lights. And so they made this beautiful white light tree display, and they had these beautiful designs hanging from the trees. And I was able to kind of dig into their story a little bit. We just had a couple short segments for that one. But it was so beautiful how they were honoring her and her memory with these lights. So that was one of the shorter ones that I remember that I loved. And then in terms of the longer ones, that's where I feel like I really get to kind of dig in. So
Right.
there was a woman I interviewed a few weeks back. Her name was Jaquita Harmon, and they call her Kiki the Barber. And she has just been through it. I mean, she lost her mom. She was homeless. Then she lost her dad. And she ended up going to barber school and finding her place at Miami University in Oxford. And she has a barber shop there, and she just loves what she does. She's really dug into the community and found her community with the people surrounding her, even though she doesn't have any family there. And it's just been really inspiring to talk with these people who have been through such hard things and see how they've come out of it and been able to like give back to the people around them.
Right. And I think the stories that you're doing, these deep kind of stories are obviously ones that matter most. And I'm happy that, you're able to finally get your foot into Cincinnati. And in return, Cincinnati is getting a little taste of Sarah White. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do love it here. Of course, I miss Akron. Akron will always be my hometown. I will always have a love for Akron and for its community, and always supporting you guys from afar in any way that I can.
Right.
And I loved my time, being able to do interviews at WAOH too. I was reflecting on that in preparation for this interview.
Yeah.
And just the amazing people I got to talk with there.
Yeah, of course. I would love for you to share like a few people that you remember. Me personally, I remember the Bernie Kosar interview, one of the last interviews that you did on WAOH, where, he came into the studio. It was such a surreal moment seeing a person like that right in front of you, and you just did amazing with that interview. I am still, getting my foot in the career and whatnot, so that would be pretty nerve-wracking for me talking to someone like that, but...
Oh my gosh. And just the kindest man. I know that anyone who has had a chance to meet him, I think also because of what he's been through, and his life, and him having to go through needing a liver transplant. And, when he came to do that interview, and I just felt so honored, he knew that I was going to be stepping out of the role. And I had told him, hey, it's totally okay if you can't make it, but I won't be the one interviewing you. I would be passing you out. And he was like, no, I really want to come. And he actually signed himself out of the hospital, came to that interview, did the interview, and went back to the hospital that day. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh my goodness.
So I felt so honored that he wanted to be there and wanted to, do that interview with me. So that was an amazing, amazing interview. I loved interviewing Alice Malik, or
Yes.
I believe I'm saying that right. Shamus, the mayor of Akron's wife. That was a really wonderful interview with her. And then I would say probably one of my very favorite ones. Again, I think I just gravitate to these stories of people going through hard things and then being able to use them for good. Carlin Isles, he's the fastest rugby player in the world, and he came on. He lives down in the Canton area, and he's an Olympian, and he's just so inspiring. He was a foster kid growing up, and he has done so much with his life and he has taken lemons and made lemonade for sure. And so those were just super inspiring people to get to talk to.
Yeah, of course. We wanted to reflect on some of, your best memories with the crew and whatnot here at WAOH as well. I'm sure if you can, dig through the chaos of what you're going through right now and look back and reflect, what are some of your favorite moments just like regarding working here?
Oh my gosh. Well, the most recent ones that I'm thinking of is that we got to go out to some of these Ohio State parks
Yes.
and stay for the night and be in the lodges and get to kind of go out and see some of the Ohio State Park. And that was fun to get to do as a crew. Usually a couple different people came along on that. Got to usually bring my family on those as well. So that was fun. I'm thinking of the Bicentennial Parade. I mean, that
Yes.
happened this past summer, right before I left. And I remember going out and just talking to people in the community before the parade and during the Bicentennial, and everybody kind of had that energy of, hey, Akron's 200, and this is really exciting. I remember it being really hot, and I was like sweating
Yeah.
to death. That I think I wore leather pants, which was really crazy. And I was like, it was like 85 degrees. It is like 13 degrees right now, so
Right,
very
right.
different. So that was really fun. Trying to think of some other ones, but I definitely have enjoyed working with this crew. It's always been fun to go out and do stuff with them. Home and garden show, that was always a fun one. Going down to the Jonas Knight Center and interviewing all the different people at the home and garden show. We did a bridal show there one time, so lots of fun stuff.
Right, of course. Well, we miss you here at WAOH, and I'm so happy that you took the time today to do this Zoom meeting. We get so many comments still talking about you, people wondering where you are, and people just asking, where is Sarah White? So we had to prove to the people and come on here and, show them that you're still alive and you're doing okay.
I'm still alive. I'm doing good. If you want, you can link. I would love to, even if you just want to link my new show, I would love for people to support the bright side, especially because that's kind of its own thing, and I kind of have to generate buzz for that myself. So if they want to go to fox19.com/brightside, they can watch there, or streaming on Fox 19 Plus app, they can watch it there. And we can give you guys the links as well. But I want to turn it around on you, Sam. How's it been working with Good Morning Akron? Are you excited for the new season? Who are you going to
Yeah.
see?
Yeah, I am excited. I'm getting back here. It's exciting. I'm a little bit nervous, but we're here. I'm looking forward to talking to some people. Dan Flowers is someone that I had on the show. I love doing the events and people who are, covering the events, doing little things in the community, such as like that. We have some people coming on today, some local businesses and whatnot. Stray Dog Cafe, I'm sure you're familiar.
Yes, love Stray Dog. Say hi to Charlie if he's the
Yes.
one coming.
Yes, I will. Of course, I'll tell him that you said hi. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I took a little bit of a break, but now that I'm back, I'm looking forward to staying and putting out that content. So
Awesome. Well, enjoy it. And I know you'll do a great job promoting all the local businesses. I've watched some of your interviews, and you've done a wonderful job picking up
Thank you.
where I left off, and I'm so glad that they have you to keep it going.
Thank you. I have big shoes to fill, so.
Oh, thank you. Yes, but we can
course.
support each other. It's a good thing to support each other in this business for sure. And good luck with the
course.
rest of school
Thank
and
you.
all of that as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming on, everyone. That was Sarah White. I'm sure you're familiar and you know where to find her at Fox19. Go ahead and check out those links. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you right back after this.